In December of 2018, the passage of the Farm Bill opened the door for more growers and sellers of industrial hemp.
Our John Martin takes a look at the legalities of this new and blooming industry.
Hemp has been an important crop throughout the history of the United States. By the mid-1600s, it had become a vital part of the colonial economy. In fact, the first drafts of the Declaration of Independence were penned on hemp paper. Although industrial hemp contains very little of the hallucinogenic properties of marijuana, production and processing declined after World War II with the passage of state and federal laws aimed at regulating the narcotic varieties of cannabis. But due to education, things have changed once again. Hemp has been legal to grow in Tennessee for about 5 years now through a closely monitored government pilot program. In December of 2018, another passage of the Farm Bill opened the door for even more growers and sellers.
It deregulated hemp as a Schedule I controlled substance. It created an interstate commerce exception, which means that states cannot prohibit the lawful transportation of hemp across state lines. And it also directed the USDA to promulgate a hemp production plan where states can submit plans for approval or they can have a USDA licensure.
Hemp is generally grown in one of two forms: as a fiber in clothing, rope, or construction materials, or as a flower, so it can be harvested for human consumption in CBD products.
And there's so many things you can do with this plant. It's remarkable. I think that this plant will become a commodity and replace things like cotton for many of the different reasons that it's more economical to grow and it produces higher yields of textiles at a lower cost.
The CBD craze is partly responsible for the spike in agronomic permits, but this is not a get-rich-quick scheme.
Yeah, I think a lot of people see the dollars and get green eyes and want to jump into this, but some don't realize how much hard work that goes into it. Right now, we're about 3 weeks out of harvest. So basically, all these plants are going to come out of the ground, be transported into a 35,000 square foot facility downtown to where we will hang dry them. We have to hang dry them indoors here in the South to fight the humidity.
State records show that most licensed growers are hobbyists, farming only a few acres, but commercial scale hemp farming is increasing quickly, in part because the industry is recruiting struggling tobacco farmers. It's a changing landscape for many of those farmers, but there are resources available to ensure both compliance and success.
Right now, where this is an emerging industry, the laws are still developing, and so navigating the laws as they change can be very difficult. And the Tennessee Department of Agriculture is doing everything that they can to help people understand the laws as they change. And they have frequently asked questions on their website, and they have lots of information about growing hemp in Tennessee, the application process, and whether or not you're growing hemp, you're processing hemp, what you need to do, and those steps that are required.
But for a majority of the over 2,600 hemp farmers in Tennessee, it appears that the changing laws and hard work are a recipe for a new source of income.
We love what we do. I know that myself and my other partners are grateful that we get to wake up every day and come to this valley and work underneath the sun, and not many people get to do that. And be hands-on with such a remarkable plant, like you said, that can be used for food and textiles and medicine.
That was John Martin reporting. Coming up in the 6 o'clock hour, we'll introduce you to some of the businesses in our area that are working within the constraints of the law to make a living off hemp.